Isaiah, you've been away for a little bit, but we've got you here now live in the flesh. How you been keeping?
I've been good, man. Just working and trying to make money other ways. And I mean, I finally got my get out of jail free card, so I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. Let's talk about it. You're getting the Joker, Ryan Wallace, in your debut at middleweight. Let's talk about dropping down to 185, and let's talk about Ryan. First off, how is the cut going to be for you to get down there?
Okay, so the cut's actually going to be pretty easy. Even though I had this whole year off,
Mhm.
I was in talks with everybody from Power Slap and trying to see where I wanted to come back when I do come back. So I kind
Mhm.
of had a little heads up about dropping possibly and that being an option. Luckily, I
Right.
walk around at like 200 pounds. But when I started hearing, when I started getting closer to the time of my suspension going away,
Yeah.
I knew. Sorry, one second.
No problem at
I,
all.
I knew I was gonna go down to middleweight, so I started getting down
Mhm.
and started dieting ahead of time. So currently, we're a few weeks out, probably about 4 or 5, well, what, 5 weeks out now.
Mhm.
So, and I'm at 192 right now. So I fluctuate between 192 and
Cool.
194. So I'm good. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, be nice. Need to get about 7 more pounds to go. Shouldn't be too bad with the time that we have here allocated. Being away from the sport, for as long as you have, has it worried you at all? We just seen Chris Thomas, Power Slap number 6, be away also, and we've seen kind of the rust and the cobwebs, that kind of happened there. And the sport has advanced since. Are you worried about that layoff at all affecting your performance?
No, I'm not worried at all. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time.
Hmm.
Luckily, like I said, I mean, you guys know me since even before I did Power Slap. I was doing it with the Russians and stuff. But
Yeah, yeah.
I always grew up fighting. I always grew up boxing. I mean, my workouts haven't changed. I still work out my traps like a madman. I
Hmm.
still work out my jaw. When my jaws are size, I still bench press. Even though dropping the weight, I'm still putting up like 365 on bench. So I'm
Nice.
not I'm not too worried at all.
Awesome, man. I mean, you were able, in your last contest, to be able to prove at light heavyweight that you can take some incredible strikes from top strikers, dropping down to 185. Do you think there's going to be, that much of a discrepancy in regards to the power that the 185s can generate?
I think they're in for a treat because obviously everybody saw my last fight against Russell. Russell, he's a good dude. I mean, he hits like a madman. I mean, there was 2 steps during that fight. They didn't call the last step, but I mean, no matter what, step or no step, Russell is a strong individual, and he is a massive man. And I took those hits really well. So I guarantee that me dropping down the middleweight, these guys are in for a treat.
Let's talk about season 2 of Road to the Title. Obviously, Ryan Wallace was on there. What did you see on the show from him and his performance that he had?
I mean, he has a nice little whack on him, but I know Soren doesn't know how to brace very well with the hit. So I mean, once he gets somebody that could actually brace very well with the slap, I mean, he'll see. Like I'm gonna look him dead in the eye. If he goes first, I mean, you're gonna see me eat another slap again, like I always do.
Mhm.
But guaranteed, if I go first, I mean, you'll more likely see a knockout on the first hit.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't been someone to talk a lot of trash, but we've
No,
seen the war of words are already starting. We see it here that,
yes, sir.
you know, what do you think about that? I know you commented on that post.
Yeah, so I told him, I guess we'll have to see, my friend. But
Mhm.
I mean, we all know jokers have a lot of jokes. So I mean, him thinking he's gonna win this fight is a joke. But I mean, you know me, I don't like to talk a lot of crap. I love the guy; he's a
Totally.
great dude. But I mean, it's my time to come back. I've been off for a year. Everybody's about to see
Mhm.
what I've been doing, and it's time to make it happen.
Yeah. So where does the motivation come from? I mean, you got a great career, you got the family, you've got the cars, you've got the house. Why do you want to get up there across from somebody, and take and receive a slap?
So, like I told Frank a long time ago. Like it's not even about the money for me. Of course, I like getting paid. Like don't take
Totally.
that away from me, Frank. But but it's to
Yeah.
me is I just love fighting, and I love
Mhm.
I love and and I tell everybody this when I'm training or I run into people at the gym, is whenever you see somebody's eyes and they look you dead in the eye and they try to swing as hard as they can, they use all their might to try to knock you out in a hit, and you look them in the eye and they didn't do it, and you see the fear in their eye, that's what it is for me. Like seeing the fear in the person's eye when they used all their might to try to knock me out, and then knowing it's my turn and you just see how scared they are.
Absolutely, my man. I mean, the Puerto Rican pretty boy is going to be back on display. How good is it going to feel to be back there in Vegas, to be back there to compete? You know, all those nerves, the anxiety, everything that kind of comes together. Like, is it going to be refreshing to have that, you know, that feeling once again?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've missed it. Like I said, I only took this opportunity because I already know that, like I said before, Dana White, anything he puts his hands on turns to gold. Mm-hmm. And I know this is just going to continue my opportunities of growing as a person. I mean, maybe eventually quitting my career, you know. I mean, I could always fall back on this, but trying to take advantage of moving on to something else.
Totally. So we also seen AJ Static Hints dropping down to middleweight as well, going up against Isaih Rodriguez. Do you think we're going to see more of that happen? See guys start dropping down in weight as Power Slap advances?
I think we will, just because of I don't know. I don't know if it's some of the guys that, because a lot of, like we said, this is still kind of new. We're only in year one, right? So a lot of these guys tested to see where they're at in you know, their divisions, and some of these guys were in divisions they should have never belonged in. You know, like I remember when AJ first went to heavyweight. I mean, we saw what happened in heavyweight, but then of course he immediately went back down to middleweight. I mean, to light heavyweight, but now he's in middleweight, and I mean, a lot of these guys, even including myself, like. I wanted to see where I should stand and where I should be, especially being on, you know, in light heavyweight. I usually walked around like 195. Of course, I didn't have weight classes when I did it with the Russians before.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a lot of us pretty much, we took the first year to see where we stand. And, I mean, that's where I stand now is I know my strength is going to be middleweight. I'm also a person who I don't care who I fight, so I go up to light heavyweight if I need to. But I think we'll see a lot more people dropping, or even some people moving up. I know there's a couple people that want to move up, so yeah, we'll see a lot of that this year, I think.
Awesome, man. One last one for you, all right? I want you to look right in the camera, and if Ryan Wallace is watching this, what do you want to say to him?
Hey, Joker, I love all the jokes that you have, but I promise you, you better hope I don't win that coin flip, because it's going to be one hit.
Awesome, my man. Appreciate you joining me. Look forward to seeing you there live in Vegas once again.
Yes,
Take care,
sir.
my man. Travel safe.
Thank you, guys.